Hi, it's Mrs. Stitches, Sheila. Hi, everybody. Today's date is October 15th, 2025. I'm actually almost getting used to saying the date every day. Let's see. I have 2 whips to show you, I think. 3 whips to show you. And I got my Advent to open up, and it's early this morning. I am up. It is like 8:30, 8:15. I'm up early. I am off to town today, so I had to get this done. I have a bank appointment and I have a prescription to pick up, and I'm going to drop off some of my decluttering. So my decluttering goal is I have a big, huge bookcase that's full of books, and this might not be a popular thought, I don't need books anymore. I got books from the library. I got books I can get. I don't need books. Books have been taking up space that could be used for my cross stitching. So I'm going to use the big, huge bookcase to organize all my cross stitching. I think I told you guys before. So I'm going to start off with Advent. And we're starting off with day 15. And it's an envelope, but there's something inside that envelope. I don't know what this is. Oh, and I got some haul to show you. That's really exciting. It arrived yesterday at the door. Okay. Oh, wow. It is a tiny, sorry, I'm just in awe. It is a tiny skein of hand dyed by Rolanda. A tiny little sample of a really colorful hand dyed by Rolanda. And there's a little note that says, silk strands from hand dyed by Rolanda. Have fun and use it on any project you have. Oh, that is beautiful. And I don't know what I'm going to use it on, but I'm going to have to. Could have used this on my bookmark. That would have worked, but I didn't. So if I'd only waited a little longer. But I am going to, think of something I can use this on. Yeah, I'm going to have to think on that. So that is lovely. Absolutely lovely. I am enthralled. Thank you, Chantel. Thank you, Rolanda. They're beautiful. It's beautiful colors. That's showing up pretty good. I don't know why that worked. I do have my glasses off, so maybe it isn't as in focus as I thought it is. Well, that's a great start. Now, what should I do? I'll show you my whips, and then I'll show you the haul at the end. So it's very good. The haul arrived, like I said, delivered at our door late at night. And I decided, no, I'm going to show it tomorrow. I can't wait till tomorrow. Okay, so let's see. Let's start off with the Paint with Stitches sale. So I think I still have a few more days. I think it's the 20th. The 20th we have our next installment. So I sneeze again. No. Excuse me. Oh, that was loud. I think that's the first time I've sneezed on camera, but maybe not. So this is the Paint with Stitches Sal. Had Hollows and Eve Advent. And so I'm working on this. This is all I'm adding is this tabletop. So I worked on that a bit yesterday. So I'm kind of going to, just work on a bit as I go. It's kind of block stitching at this moment. When I get in the pumpkin, it won't be block stitching, but right now it is because I'm doing the tablecloth, and then the table's going to come down here, and it's got some fancy legs, and I've gone over as far as it goes over here so I could bring the tablecloth and keep working coming down. So that's what I worked on. It is nice. I am enjoying that sale. Okay, so I worked a couple hours on that. I don't know how much I'll get done today because I'm leaving it in an hour, and I'm going to be gone for at least 3 hours. It's just the time it takes travel, so we'll see. Okay, next I'm going to show you my The Watchers out of Just Cross Stitch Halloween Edition magazine by Elizabeth Spurlock. Oops, and I just dropped it on the floor. And so I actually made some pretty good progress. I might be able to finish this by next week. We'll see. But there you go. This is the bottom sign coming out. It says dead end, I think. I'm going to probably finish that off. And then I think I have 2 more columns. I think it'll go to about there. I got extra fabric. It's folded over so I can move it down if I have to. But there you go. Pretty cool. And then on the trick or treat thing with Magazine Monthly Cross Stitch Challenge group, Facebook group, I was working, I actually took this to my fiber group. I was working on the Christmas quilt. And I made some progress. I worked on it for a couple hours. Our stitching group is usually about 2 hours long. And so that is the progress I've made. So I started working on the actual pattern. So what I did, I gotta get rid of this black thread. It's kind of driving me crazy, but I started doing all the pattern inside and the pattern there. So then I can do all my corners and these corners, and then I'll get to the middle at the end. And I still have to finish off that little green down there. So today is a trick. So it's back to Sleepy Hollow. And so that's the end of it. So I'm not sure, you know, maybe I'm going to pick this up with seasonal Sundays or something to get going on this. That was my original intention, was to work on this on Sundays. So let's see if I can get back to seasonal Sundays. Could be a plan. Because I do want it, there's 5 quilts and I do want to get through them. Okay, so what I got delivered to me was a package. It's from the sewing shop. It's my fabric of the month. I had got notification that she picked a courier service instead of using Canada Post. She usually uses Canada Post. So with the strike, which I think's over, so I have to get those ready. So let's see what we got. So she always has it nicely packaged with a little thank you. Oh, and she actually gave us a real thank you. Oh my word. Okay, so this is called Work Pants. Oh, I love the name. And she actually included a needle minder, a little Canada maple leaf needle minder. I believe it's a needle minder. Wow. Oh, that's a good needle minder too. That's very nice. Excellent. That's very, very nice. Wow. And then the actual fabric is like that. It's a little brighter than it's showing. That's kind of the opposite. But work pants. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I just found my fabric for Shores of Hawkrun Hollow for next year. I think either that, or I also need to use one for Floss Tube Friends. But yeah, that's nice. I like it. Thank you, thank you, Kaylee. I don't know why I suddenly called you Haley. Thank you, Kaylee. Kaylee is the sewing shop. Yeah. She also has a floss tube. I'm trying to think of her name on the floss tube. Oh, I can't believe I've forgotten it. Kaylee Tenstitch? I believe it's Kaylee Tenstitch. I will link it below. I'm pretty sure that's right. So that's great. That made my day. And now I got to go run errands. Let's see. So yeah, I don't have I did. So I told you how I went to see the doctor yesterday. I'm actually already booked in to see a specialist. So I'm actually going next week. So that was fast. That's unusual for us to have things so fast here. So that's good. I'm glad. So that'll be a little bit of an adventure you get to follow with me on next week, or at least hear stories about. I guess the only little story. So I'm actually running down on my stories. I still have, I have 4 right now, 4 stories. But I'm going to not go to one of those because those are a bit longer and I do kind of want to get going. But I'm going to, I was watching, my brother has a YouTube channel too. It's all about a gaming thing called Eve. And he always films once a week. And he was telling a story about meeting some online friends when he actually didn't even know their online. He only knew their online names, not their real names. So he's showing up at a place to meet them. And he's like, I don't know who I'm meeting. And it brought to mind, and I'm not sure if I told you this, but when I was going up to the PEI retreat, they were having a dinner in a little town called Victoria by the Sea at the Lobster Barn. And I was to meet them. And it was a hot day. And so I showed up a little bit ahead of time. It was supposed to be at 5 o'clock. And I think I showed up about, I think I was there about 4:30. I knew that was way too early. So I walked around for a bit and I think I showed up about 4:45 and said, I'm here to meet a group. And I said the person's name that the table was reserved under. And they said, oh, they haven't shown up yet, because on their reserve thing, it still said they were not there yet. The table was empty. And so I'm sitting at the entrance. I'm sweating buckets because there's no air conditioning. So it's just whatever breeze comes through. And there's all these young lads and lasses working and going back and forth. And I see inside the place a table of about 6 that women and cross-stitchers have a certain appearance. And these definitely look like 6 cross-stitchers. But I don't know any of them. I'm not sure. And I kept looking at them and I'm like thinking that it's them, but I'm not sure. I think I waited till about 1/4 after, so half an hour at the front. And finally I decided to just be brave. And they didn't know what was the front of the house didn't know what was going on. So I finally got brave and I went over and I asked. And sure enough, it was the cross-stitchers that I was to meet. They decided they didn't have enough for the reserved 8 table, so they sat at a table of 6. And so they squeezed me in on the end, or I think they actually only had 5, so I became the 6th. And they were almost done their meal, and so it was a little awkward. But again, it was where I didn't know. I'm meeting people, and I don't know what they look like or who they are. All I could do was guess. But it was kind of I just thought it was really funny that I actually thought that they looked like cross stitchers, and they were. And they were. But anyways, it was the start of a wonderful weekend, so that was good. So that's just my little story that his story reminded me of, and that's all. So I will be heading out soon, and I shall see you tomorrow. The lighting is quite fantastic because the sun is actually coming up, so it's kind of like there's the sun shining away. Woo! I look ghostly. This is not the time to be filming. I thought it would be beat the sun, but it's not. Okay, well, I shall let you go, and I shall see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Happy stitching. Bye.